Personally, I enjoy contemplating and practicing detachment. I believe that being detached goes against both my nature and upbringing. I'll be honest, I want to be in charge, and to make matters worse, I have a tendency to become attached. And it's not always done with regard and care. Sometimes it's just me being selfish and wanting to make sure everything in my world is all right. By the way, you cannot simply learn something once and expect it to stick with you forever, regardless of who you are or the kind of information you may publish online. Repetition is necessary for habits to stick. So, sure, I have no difficulty acknowledging that I do struggle with attachment and control issues, which is why I enjoy practicing detachment. My experience is that every time I remove myself from a crisis, be it a personal, relational, financial, or other situation, it eventually heals. And if I actively work on it from a place of detachment, it heals much more quickly. And everything will always come together in a way that is advantageous to all parties. Although it is a very contentious subject, we must recognize that everyone is indeed driven out by the circumstances in one's life. I've discovered that if you're involved, you have no power. In order to have control over your place in the picture, you must step out of it. The artist is never a part of the finished product. Although she is in charge, she is not a part of this painting. It's like, quote, "You are the sky." If you are a visual learner like I am and use this statement, it will be simple for you to understand your place in all of your scenarios, romantic or not. All of the storms, all of the cloudy days, all of the sunny days, you are the quiet, motionless sky, and they are all merely the passing of the seasons. You are, in a sense, above everything, so why would you want to remain linked to it? Why even try to use violent tactics to manage it if your conditions are simply the weather, aren't actually about you, and are just things you observe? This is essentially an extension of letting go, but not only letting go of things, like your partner or your career, for the purpose of simply letting go. Instead, let go of your attachment to it, and you're dependent on it. Why must everything turn out precisely as you had imagined it would? What if things went better? I came from a very devout family. Although I'm no longer religious, I still like to reinterpret the lessons that were drilled into my head when I was younger, because there is value in them. Don't allow the storm get inside of you, even though you can be it. I adore it. And anytime you find yourself in a negative circumstance, it will also figuratively pass. Thus, it is not you. You are only watching an incident. It's just passing. You are not defined by it. You'll find it much simpler to distance yourself from these situations when things start going south if you can see them as nothing more than passing weather in your life. And what about that? Bonus points if you can also find it in your heart to separate from the things that you consider to be good in your life. Because people may love you for a while before stopping, which could hurt because you grew dependent on their love for you and didn't give it to yourself. This takes me to the issue's solution, or at least my answer. You must have self-love. You need to exercise self-control. You must affirm yourself, prioritize yourself, and accept who you are. Do you enjoy you? Are you even aware? Who you are? How much time do you spend learning about yourself, figuring out how you want to be loved, how much money you want to make, and how much time do you spend concentrating on someone else, studying them, and discovering how they want to be loved and treated? I adore myself more and more when I make my own coffee and light my own candles. The more detached I get from everyone who also does it for me. In terms of relationships, I find it easier to appreciate someone for what they add to a plate that was already full when I discover someone who does that for me as well. Although this is slightly off topic, I think this would be a really wonderful spot to provide this bit of information. When you find someone who loves you as fully and completely as you love yourself, likewise you love yourself. You can adore them with an unadulterated sense of admiration, love, and joy. Due to the fact that they are providing for you in the same ways that you do for yourself, your love will not be based in dependence and attachment. You desire them in your life, not because you need them. And to me, that is the truest expression of love. There are two things that one ought never to get enraged at: those they can assist with and those they cannot. What then is under your control and what not? Revisioning, the method we call revisioning, is tremendously helpful because it allows you to manage yourself, your reaction to the circumstance, and even how you see it. Because it is simply too useful to ignore through my words and platform, I keep coming back to this separation and letting go. So what do I mean when I claim that everything has been going more and more smoothly for me and that I have been disconnected from results, events, people, and more? I'm not saying that I've been sitting around all day smelling the roses, rather than taking reasoned, doable, and motivated steps to achieve the things I appreciate. I continue to act and engage in a variety of activities. I personally appreciate taking part in the creation of my future, but I always do these things out of pure joy and happiness, and I'm not too invested in the concept that things would turn out exactly the way I had hoped. In my mind, there is a lot of room for the end to turn out however it does, however that may be. I think and have been taught that I am a co-creator rather than a solitary creator. From this tribe, and for me, knowing that I'm not fighting this battle alone is a pretty comforting concept. Therefore, it's possible that the person you're seeing or attempting to win back isn't the right match for you. It's also possible that they are, but that there is someone better out there that you haven't yet noticed because you've grown too connected to them. Perhaps this position or career isn't right for you. Or perhaps it is. Or perhaps there is something greater for you out there. Allow yourself to occasionally be shocked favorably. Set yourself apart so that you can see clearly from a bird's-eye perspective, distance yourself from your results, from your surroundings, your situations, and the people in your life. Everything else is simply the weather, and you are the sky. It's just passing. Just the weather, really. Think of yourself as being above everything so you can see the big picture and concentrate on in control of what you can. Like your point of view, your ideas about the circumstance, your words, your deeds, how you feel about the circumstance and your reactions, which are the only things you have ever needed to be in charge of and the means by which you may shape your reality, like the one from your dreams. And with that, I want to say thanks for viewing this. I sincerely hope you liked it. If so, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and follow this channel for more videos, similar to this one. Which video would you like to see next, and how did you appreciate today's video? You inform me in the space provided below for comments. I can't wait to see you in the upcoming videos so much.